is how to create a stock chart. So stock chart is oftentimes called like a high-low close chart, right? Because it's sometimes used in the financial sector, right? And the stock market is one good example of where the stock chart is basically used. So for this one, we'll be using the data set from historical data set from Apple, and we'll be looking at their trading for the last, I believe, 21 trading days, basically from September 8th all the way to October 6th. So basically just a 5-day period, Monday to Friday, right, for the last 21 days. So basically for the last 3 weeks, focusing on the business days, right? So basically the stock chart just helps us to just basically shows us the conditions of data in the stock market, right? Maybe what was the opening stock value or stock price, and what was the closing stock price. So we get to see that in the stock chart. So we'll be using publicly available data for Apple stocks, right? That's the on NASDAQ, Apple, we have Apple as AAPL, right? So that's basically what we'll be using. We've downloaded that data already. It's here on the GitHub. So I'll put it on the YouTube description. So all you just have to do is download it from there, and you should be good to go, right? So let's get into business. So for this one, we're going to have to open a new Tableau file, right? So just go to File, click on New, and just allow it to load. Okay, so that's the new one there. So let's go back, click here. We have to connect our data. So connect it there. Okay, so our data is already connected, right? Because we have only one table, so this one just loads everything into it, right? So you could see the date, right? This is 2023. It's like this is data from last week, right? So you can see the date there. You can see the last the closing price for the stocks for each day. You can see the volume of stocks sold. So as at October 6th, which is last Friday, they basically had like 57 million, right? And the opening price for that day was $173. The high was $177.99, and then the low was 173, but it basically closed at 177, right? So basically it closed like $5 higher than what it started with that day, right? So we're going to try to create that high-low close stock chart, right? And sometimes your manager might ask you to create one so that he basically sees the fluctuations or the variations in the financial market for whatever products you guys are dealing with. It could be stocks, it could be shares, it could be dividends, and all those different financial products, right? All right, so let's go to our worksheet, sheet 1. Okay, so here you can see we have 2 dimensions, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we have 8 measures, right? So let's see how we can combine all of them and create us a high-low close stock chart, right? I'm going to try to say it very fast, but let's get to business. All right, so the first thing we want to do is take the date and put it in columns, right? We are not dealing with year because obviously we just have only 1 year, which is 2023. So we're dealing with I believe a day. So I'm just going to put it here and it's going to be discrete. So we have the days there, right? Um, let me see. No, discrete, no. No, we're actually done with continuous, so we should put it on this other one. Okay, yeah, that's correct. So we put it on the second one, the second day, which is continuous. That's where we put it. And then the next thing we do is to drag our low measure, the rows. So we take this one and put it on the rows. So now we change this to a line chart as well, right? But we don't want a line chart, but we're getting somewhere, right? We're getting somewhere, so you can see that there. Now, the next thing we have to do is we have to create a calculated field that would basically sum up, that would basically subtract the highs from the lows, right? So what I want you to do is on here, you can right click and say create calculated field, right? That's one way of doing it. Or you can go to analysis, click on analysis, right? And scroll down and then you see create calculated field, right? Any way you decide to do is this, like it gives you the same stuff. So let's say create calculated field. This box would come up, right? So we're going to create a calculated field called high minus low, right? And then we say sum high and sum low, right? Or you just click apply and okay, right? That's all you need to do. So it's going to create a new field called high low, right? So now what I need you to do is basically drag that new field and basically drop it on the low axis, right? So this is what I mean. And you drop it there. So it gives us a new value. And then we have this new legend called high, low, low, right? So, or high, low for one and then low for the other one, right? So that's what, so now we're seeing like two different line charts. One is for the high, low, and then the other one is for the low, right? So you get to see how everything would come out at the end of the day, right? So the next one is in our marks, we need to change it from automatic to bars. So, and we should have 21 bars, which will basically represent the 21 business days we're looking at, right? From September 8th all the way to October 6th, right? All right, so let's continue. So double click on the legend with the colors and this should come out, right? So please pay attention here because if you try to click here and say you want to go look for white colors, you're not going to find any white colors here, right? There's no white colors at all anywhere, but there's a trick to get it. So you need to double click on this. So we need to change this low to just white colors. So all of that just disappears. So double click on it. And this palette here would come up, right? And we basically need to maybe drag this to like the white area. Or you know what? I'm just gonna cancel this. Reset. Yeah, automatic. Click. Okay, I need to drag this and basically look for that white. Okay. Okay, no, it's not giving us the white. So yeah. Or you could just basically, if you don't want to It's just being too difficult. I just use the color palettes, right? And scroll down and just click on white and press OK, and it becomes white, right? Case closed. So click OK, right? So that everything there basically turns to white, right? Now the next thing we need to do is click on the size card, which is this. Click on this, change it to a manual, right? So once you change it to a manual, you could see everything changes there, and then make sure it's just basically at the end there. So we're getting there. We're creating it one step at a time, and you get to see the overall look, right? So now let's take our close slash last measure, right? And we'll put it on the right side of the chart. So basically we're going to create like a dual axis, right? So grab this and put it at the end there, right? So this is what we get when we do that, right? Which is looking very interesting. And then we'll click on it and select synchronize axis. Okay, so we're going to synchronize. So when we say synchronize axis, basically what we mean is that we want the left and the right to be together, right? That's what to have the same values. That's what the synchronized axis means. So now on the max shelf, right? We're already there. We're in the sum close, right? This is where we want to be, right? We're going to change it from bars to a circle. So change it to circle, and then click on the size, and we're just going to take it to the very first one there, right? So you could see the circles there, right? You could see all the very interesting circles. So we're now creating that high-low, right? So you'd see it very soon. Now, the next thing I want you to do is we're going to double click on the axis that says values, right? So we'll click on that and we'll click on fixed, right? We're basically going to, let's see. So let's basically start from, so our fix would be from 165 to, let's say 165 to maybe 182, right? Okay, so that's basically what we would have it as. Right, or is 165 too much? Maybe let's do 167. Yeah, let's do 167. 167 is better, right? Okay, so I'm gonna remove this one because I don't need it, because it's the same thing here. All right, so now we basically have our high-low chart, right? You can see everything is coming up. I'm gonna close the legend. We don't really need it. Add card. I am so excited for this one. So, day of order. I don't think we need this one too. I don't need that one. Oops, nope, 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 nope. Nope, mistake. So for this one, I'm just gonna go format. Come on, showing. It's going somewhere. Okay, so I'm just gonna delete that. Close. So we have that alone. And then as usual, 12 bold, right? So I am going to edit this is going to be stock price. So instead of value, you say stock price, right? And then the other thing is we could, remember it's in dollars, right? So we could show that dollars there. Yep. Let's see. We don't really want any of those. Let's just make it this way, right? So our stock price in dollars are high lows. So now if I hover this, you could see, oh no, so label, no, not label, tooltip. So this is a tooltip. I'm just going to put a $sign in front of this. Make that blank. Okay, so now if I put, oh no, I put it on the wrong one. Sorry, should be on the sum close, right? Tooltip, $. So maybe I should go back first. Okay. Then now on tooltip, say $, this and this, right? And we have this, okay. So now if you come, what is going on? Ooh. Okay, so I think I know what's wrong. Not putting it on the correct one. Yes, I'm gonna delete it from here. Too deep. This is where I want it to be. Okay. All right, so I think it's on the correct one now. So I'm just going to make this, and this, right? All right, so you could see that on September 8th, we started with the close or last was 178, right? So 178 on September 8th, but as of October 6th, it was at 177. So just slightly below what we started with almost 1 month ago on September 8th, right? So this is how to create a stock chart, right? So I'm just going to call this AAPL stock chart, right? So that code, apply. Okay, so I hope this was useful to you all, right? And help you learn how to create certain charts on Tableau, right? Thank you so much for joining us today and basically learning how to create charts with Tableau. Please like this video and also subscribe if you found it very useful. Thank you.